I don't think we have any idea how big this could be if Canada were to get to the World Cup. Remember, it's been 26 years, and 26 years ago, things were so much different in terms of the football landscape in this country. The sport has exploded, especially in the last 10 years.
You know, they want to make the most of this final opportunity, probably their best opportunity for some of them in a long time to make that final step. For a guy like Dwayne De Rosario, who's done just about everything else in the North American game, you know, World Cup is the one last thing he hasn't quite done yet.
Any player's goal is to make it to a World Cup. You know, you can talk about domestic success and success in the league you play in, but every time you put on that jersey, you kind of look to what the future might hold, and qualifying for a World Cup for guys like Dwayne De Rosario and Julian de Guzman is something they've repeatedly told me would be the pillar of their career.
The American team is a very high-profile team in CONCACAF and very high-profile in Canada because they're the big neighbors to the south. So everybody's well aware of what the Americans are doing and how good they are. So there was a lot of anticipation coming into that game.
Canada doesn't play the U.S. every day. The last time they played against each other was at the Gold Cup in 2011. It was a 2-0 game, and it was a 2-0 game where the U.S. were sort of in control the first half. Canada did play much better in the second half, but just couldn't find the back of the net. There was some solid goalkeeping on the American side, but in any sport, you're going to have Canada-US. It automatically comes with this certain cachet.
Before that match, I talked to Stephen Hart and talking about the Gold Cup loss, the 2-0 loss to the U.S. in the Gold Cup, and he said, you know, that we weren't outplayed that game and that we want another shot at them.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to BMO Field in Toronto, where the atmosphere is electric here this evening. There's a contingent of American fans, obviously, the 100th celebration game. Canada wearing the retro jerseys from 1925, the final match for both teams before a heavy World Cup qualifying campaign. So there's quite an atmosphere around this game here tonight, Craig, as we get set for these teams to try and qualify.
You had the American Outlaws in, who were boisterous as ever in the north end, and then you had the Voyageurs in the south end, and so it was kind of like a real derby feel, and the atmosphere, as Stephen Hart put it, was fantastic.
It is a big occasion, even though officially the game doesn't mean anything, it's just a friendly, but this is the final preparation match, as we pointed out. Here's an opportunity for De Rosario. Oh, just across the face of goal.
Oh, that's a terrific effort from 40 yards. Tipped over the bar by Hirschfeld. Came off Jones, still there. Ricketts, low save by Tim Howard. It was on target from Tosan Ricketts.
Outside flag is up. There'll be no goal here.
I'm not sure what he's given. He's given a foul.
He's given a foul, yes.
Yeah.
Clint Dempsey, Landon Donovan, into Clint Dempsey. Dempsey's through. Hirschfeld with the save. The first real combination between Donovan and Dempsey this afternoon, and it almost brought an opening goal for the United States.
Looks good for the Americans. Donovan's ball across. Header back in front. Is Edgar there? And then McKenna.
Space here for Edgar. Closed down by Bradley. Outside of the right boot. Header comes in from Ledger. Great De Rosario. Offside. They wouldn't have counted. Edgerwood.
And so Simeon Jackson, the Norwich City player of the English Premier League, comes in. Here's Jackson meanwhile for Canada. Jackson! 2 minutes remaining now of normal time.
Opportunity for Canada here to snatch one late in the game, the 89th minute.
And here's Di Rosario. Around Parker's Di Rosario! Oh, and I don't know how Simeon Jackson missed the target from there. That was the one, and Jackson missed it. There's Clarence Goodson being fouled, and now the United States will get a free kick in a pretty good spot of their own.
In it goes. Header comes in. What a save! Hirschfeld has preserved the draw for Canada with a spectacular save.
It was a fantastic reflex save. I actually asked him after the game what he saw, and he said, I honestly don't remember. I think it was just sort of a reflex. I just, leaned back and poked it over the bar.
Lars Hirschfeld making a save late in that game was critical, obviously, and you have to get that from your goalkeepers. Your goalkeepers have to come up big, even if they do nothing for the entire game. When the chips are down, when it really matters, they've got to come up big.
Kept in there, and on that note, we have the full-time whistle. So glorious opportunities at either end in injury time. Most recently, the save by Hirschfeld. So the final score is 0-0. A strong performance by this Canadian team, playing the United States pretty even for large sections of the game, as both teams now will head into World Cup qualifying.
Well, I thought in the first half, for the whole game, we showed a lot of discipline defensively, and in the second half, I thought we actually took the game to them. We had quite a few chances that when we defended well, we won the ball. We had some counter-attack chances, and at the end of the day, it's probably a fair result.
Obviously, we look back at it, we could have came out with 3 points, a win. But I think in all fairness, I think we played well. We stuck to the game plan. I think defensively we're solid and we were able to create chances, and that was our goal. I think it's a great tune-up, a great opportunity to see where we're at, and a great preparation match, like I said, against a very talented U.S. team going into Cuba.